It is incredible to see fans on both sides loving this trade and hating this trade. What is up, NBA fans, Lakers fans, Mavericks fans? Shout out to my Spurs fans. Welcome to TSR Sports, and I went to bed with this trade just being broken, and waking up, I thought the same things I did last night. What in the world is going on in the NBA? How does this happen? I want to ask you, and I'll answer this in a few moments. Did the Lakers lose or win this trade? Also the Mavericks. Do you think they lost or won this trade? But first, let's get into this article from Yahoo Sports. Lakers trade Anthony Davis for Luka Doncic in one of the most shocking deals in NBA history. I think in my lifetime, one of the biggest trades I can think of, and this does affect me personally, is when the Spurs traded Kawhi Leonard to the Raptors for DeMar DeRozan and company. But this is mid-season, and DeMar DeRozan is not on the level of these guys. Kawhi in his prime, yes. DeMar, no. The Los Angeles Lakers made one of the most shocking deals in NBA history. You know it. The Dallas Mavericks are trading Luka Doncic, Maxi Kleber, and Markieff Morris to the Los Angeles Lakers for Anthony Davis, Max Christie, timeout. And I heard today, watching a bunch of videos from ESPN, the Lakers are 15-8. I believe I heard this with Max Christie in the starting lineup. That could be an underrated piece of this puzzle. Keep an eye on that. And a 2029 first-round pick, sources tell ESPN. This, of course, has been confirmed. A lot of people thought Shams was hacked last night. He was not. This is real, as you know. The deal includes the Utah Jazz. With all due respect, nobody cares about what happened with the Utah Jazz. This is all about primarily Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis. News of the trade was so jarring, well, there you go, that many speculated Shams' account could have been hacked. There was no prior indication that either team was looking to move an all-star. NBA reporter Mark Stein reports that Doncic did not request a trade, and it was in fact the Mavericks who approached the Lakers about the league-altering deal. This move reportedly blindsided Doncic, and even LeBron James, with his reputation as the Lakers' de facto GM, was reportedly out at dinner when the trade hit and had no idea it was coming. And there you go. There's Luka right there to the Lakers, Davis to the Mavericks. Both guys can score. Doncic, a great rebounder for his position. The defense here is really the big difference between these players. And, of course, Luka being a playmaker, where Davis is not going to be the playmaker in Dallas. It's hard to think of a trade with anything close to a precedent to Saturday's blockbuster. The deal swaps out Davis for Doncic, a James co-star, though it may be more accurate to say Doncic will be the star long-term. Well, duh, Luka is 25. LeBron's window is closing. You got to think he's going to be retiring in a year or two. Davis is reportedly waiving his trade kicker for the deal to go through, which will put the Mavericks under the luxury table. Okay? And then we get into the details of maybe why the Mavericks did this, because I think that's a question a lot of Dallas fans are asking is, why, Dallas, why? What are you doing? Mavs general manager Nico Harrison defended the move. Scroll down. Come on, you can do it. There we go. With a tried and true line via ESPN's Tim McMahon. Quote, I believe that defense wins championships. I believe that getting an all-defensive center and an all-NBA player with a defensive mindset gives us a better chance. We're built to win now and in the future. Unquote. And in the future? Dallas also had concerns about Doncic's conditioning, which has been his main issue as an NBA player and is approaching negotiations for a Supermax deal. Also, while researching this and watching a lot of video, I heard from also McMahon that Doncic was about 20 pounds overweight. That could be contributing to a lot of his lower body injuries, being overweight. We see that a lot with Zion Williamson. It seems like the Mavericks are kind of betting that Luka Doncic, with his weight issues, won't stay healthy long term and are looking to move on from him, which is very risky business. Of course, tying into those weight issues are also his contract situation. Doncic was eligible for a 5-year, $345 million Supermax deal this summer, but is now no longer Supermax eligible. Wow, that's ouch. The deal completely alters the Lakers' long-term outlook, swapping out their most important defensive player for one of the most talented players in the league, but also one who usually needs the ball in his hands to be impactful. It might not make them better for this year, but it gives them something to look forward to once James retires, which they simply didn't have before this trade. And that was a big thing for Lakers fans, life after LeBron. So let's get back to my question at the beginning. Did the Mavericks and Lakers, who won, who lost? We'll start with the Mavericks first. This is a yes and no. This is clearly a win-now move with Davis being north of 30 and maybe win in the next few years. This is not a long-term move. You're not planning for the future. This is try to get something now. The Mavericks have the seventh best offense in the NBA and in 13th best defense. Their offense will probably kind of stay somewhere where it is. People are sleeping, I think, a little bit on Anthony Davis's offensive production. I think he's going to be just fine in Dallas. But their defense is probably going to take a nice bump up. I do think Dallas should have gotten more for Luka Doncic, considering his age. But overall, long term, I think this is a loss. Short term, I think this is a win. And for the Lakers, it's going to be the reverse, as this, I think you would agree, has got to be a life after LeBron move. A win now move? I don't think so. Right now, LA has a 12th best offense, and they may improve a little bit with Luka there. Defensively, they're 19th best in the league, and they're going to take a hit without Anthony Davis in the lineup. Is Jackson Hayes going to be the guy at center now? I don't know. Who's going to be the primary ball handler? Is the offense going to run through Luka, which it does in Dallas? Is it going to run through LeBron, which it has his whole career? Are they going to share duties? There's a lot of questions there. Not a win-now move, but definitely planning for the future. And if Luka doesn't re-sign with LA, by the way, let's throw this out there. If Luka does not re-sign with the Lakers, oh my goodness, would this be an absolute disaster? I'm going to assume he will, but who the heck knows? There's no indication he wanted to go play in LA. Of course, I'm sure this is a shock to him. So we'll see what happens with that. So for the Lakers, this is a yes and no too. Overall, though, it's got this, my gut feeling is saying Dallas should have tried to squeeze something else out of the Lakers. A player, if it would have worked salary-wise, contract-wise, maybe there's a problem with salaries there. Maybe another pick somewhere. Didn't the Lakers have one more first-round pick they could get out there, trade that, so then you'd have no first-round picks like over the next 5 years or whatever it is? I think they should have got a little more, but Dallas thinks with Davis in there, and I assume he's going to play his natural position at the 4 and not the 5 like he was doing in LA. He may play better. Davis has been labeled as fragile his whole career, but he has been relatively healthy. Out right now with a minor injury, but relatively healthy last season and this season. Doncic, of course, been struggling with injuries all this year. I'm kind of struggling at the end here because I'm still a bit in shock about this trade. This is crazy. I'm really thinking this has got to be the biggest trade in my lifetime. I've been an NBA fan for 35 years, a Spurs fan, of course, for 35 years, and I can't really think of a bigger trade. I definitely cannot think of a bigger trade off the top of my head that happened mid-season like this. 2 future Hall of Famers, 2 All-Pro. I mean, nothing like this. Absolutely nothing. This is incredible. So drop a comment down below. How you feeling? Now that you've had a time to just let it digest, the trade happened, I don't know, 10 or 11 hours ago? Maybe even more by the time you watch this video. How you feeling about this? If you're a Mavericks fan, are you crushed? Were you worried about Luka's conditioning? Did you think he would not sign a Supermax contract so the Mavericks are getting something for him now instead of losing him later? If you're a Lakers fan, are you like, okay, we got life after LeBron. This isn't going to get us a championship this year. LeBron's probably not going to get a championship now with the Lakers. Who knows? Maybe they bring somebody else in. But are you happy because now you see a life after LeBron with Luka taking, the torch being passed from LeBron to Luka? Let me know in the comments down below. We don't generally do a lot of NBA videos on this channel that aren't Spurs related, but I'm enjoying recently jumping into non-Spurs content and also talking about other things happening around the league. Let me know, guys, if you'd like more videos like this. Those of you that are normal viewers here, we do a lot of Spurs content, but also, things happening around the league. And we also are starting to do NBA documentaries too. Just did one on Brandon Jennings that I was really proud of. So I want to stop rambling. Like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. Thank you. I'm going to close with my usual closing. Thank you, and as always, go Spurs, go.